to the Deccan Positive Mental Health Webinar Series. We welcome today resource person Irina Angel Bright, and we welcome participants and our teammates on behalf of Manasa Sukkara Mindcare Hyderabad in association with Yellowburn Counseling Center Hyderabad, Forest Creative Heart Studio Punjab. Thank you all. Over to intro section, ma'am. Thank you again.
Thank you, ma'am, for your warm welcome. And today, our topic is mental strength with our honorable resource person, Iriana Angel Becher. Welcome. And she is born in Russia and studied in Germany. And she has degree in economics. Worked as a commercial manager for 10 years. Universal healing
ऐकू येईल
practitioner and intellect trainer.
पण आपल्याला
And
बोलायचं
after
कुठे
yoga trainer, have been helping people joyfully and more consciously. With that short introduction, I would like to hand over the session to you, ma'am. Happy to have you, ma'am. The floor is yours.
Can I go ahead?
Yeah, please.
Yes, welcome everyone, and thank you so much for hosting me today. Thank you for joining this wonderful session on an important topic. And as already mentioned, I will just introduce myself anyway. My name is Irina Engelbrecht. I originally come from Russia. But I've been living in South Africa for 13 years. I've studied in Germany and lived there for 7 years. I've studied economic science. I've got a degree in economic science. And in the last 6 years, I've switched my interest to a different area, which is more psychology, mental health. It is Universal Healing Tao. I've been practicing Universal Healing Tao for the last 5 years. It's energy practices. I also have a certificate in laughter yoga, so I'm a trainer in laughter yoga, and that is why I encourage you all to please smile during our session. And if you can switch on your cameras, that will be wonderful. So that will be your contribution to our event, so that we've got this positive energy exchange, that I can also see your faces, I can see your smiles, and I can be ensured that you're not cooking soup in the background, but you are fully present in our session, that you participate. Yes, and thank you so much for everyone who now switched on the cameras. Yes, I'm also an intellect trainer. I will also tell you more about it, what it is, intellect trainer. And being intellect trainer, I've developed lots of discipline, lots of, I would say, being able to speak in a public, being present, always switching on the camera, and like really engaging with all the participants. This is very important. Yes, and today I will talk about the topic mental strength, and I will tell you why I have the right to talk about this topic. And as I mentioned before, all I will be talking about is from my own experience. I will share a little bit of my background so that you understand my own personal mental strength, and I would love to inspire you, to encourage you today, so that you awaken in yourself this strength of your mentality. Because I believe that joyfulness, mental strength can be trained, just like our muscles in our body can be trained. And there are certain tools that we can apply daily to train our mentality to a positive mentality. So let me just tell you background about me. When I was 20 years old, I just finished the third year of university in Russia. And I don't come from a very wealthy family. So in fact, as I was a child, we struggled quite financially. There were times where there was not much food even to eat. So we really could not afford much. Yeah. But I always believed that I am responsible for creating the life I want to have. So it was clear to me that regardless of background, where I come from, yeah, I have this ability to build the life as I desire. So, and when I was 20 years old, I've decided that I will go to Germany. I didn't speak any German. And the opportunity for me to go to Germany was to go work as au pair, basically to look after small children in the family and at the same time learn German. So I've decided that when I get to Germany, I will figure it out how I will manage it, how I will learn German. And this example, why I'm telling you this is one of the points of our mental strength as well, is believing in your own abilities, capabilities, yeah, and coming out of comfort zone. So going to a different country without knowing the language is, of course, a big deal coming out of comfort zone. And I want you all to now also ask yourself, when last time did you really get yourself out of comfort zone so that it feels difficult, it is something new, it is something different, and yet you've got the courage to just go with this and throw yourself at in a new environment, maybe that you challenge yourself. So I challenged myself and it worked very well. In fact, I really learned German in 1 year. I managed to get into university and I managed to go through my studies. I got the degree in Germany. And then again, I thought that I would love to challenge myself again. And I've decided to improve my English and I've decided to go to South Africa for exchange semester as a student. And so imagine from Germany to South Africa, quite a far way without properly knowing English. Yeah, but I told myself I need to come out of comfort zone. This constant training of your mental strength, yeah, of your abilities, like challenging yourself. We all have a huge amount of power in us. We just need to be brave enough to unleash it and to just show yourself what you're capable of. Yeah, because I always believe as well, life is a big game and you want to play big. Yeah, you don't want to live a life that at the end of the life you will ask yourself, okay, what have I done? Yeah, I had 70, 80 years. What have I achieved? What can I be proud of? Yeah, and this is very important. So, and then in South Africa, of course, it was challenging, but again, I managed, I learned English, I met my back then future husband, and yes, so I stayed in South Africa, and despite all the challenges, I managed, and so I've been here for 13 years. And yeah, so that is my story, and I think it is quite important because it is a proof of really putting my mind into something and getting through any challenges to get to the goal, to get to the results that I wanted to achieve. And this is a part of this mental strength that we are that I already started talking about. And mental strength is our ability to separate ourselves from our emotions, while keeping your mind clear with a positive outlook regardless the circumstances. The mental strength is, as I said, just as important as a physical strength. If you don't have strong enough mind, you will not get yourself out of bed to go exercise, for instance. So before comes to physical strength, you have to first apply the, because it mustn't be just desire to do something, to do sport, for instance, or whatever you decide to do. It must be your willingness, readiness to do it. And this readiness, willingness, so you train it, you train and you develop this mental strength. And what is also very important is to understand, and this is the question came in the beginning, where we stand with emotional intelligence and mental strength. We must be clear about that whatever happens outside, in the outside world, in our world, this is a reflection of our inside world. So basically, the world responds to our internal state. And that is why to develop, if we want to create more abundant life, if we want to create a more successful life around us, if we want people treating us nicely, if we want to have people treating us respectfully, so if we want to achieve successes, first step is to work on our internal state. Just as an example, just to give you a simple example, if someone is, for instance, showing some behavior towards you, kind of disrespecting you, this is a question to yourself. How much are you respecting yourself? So basically, all the people around us, they are showing us what our weaknesses, and this is how we then must realize what we need to work on, to work on ourselves. It mustn't be a game of blaming others, blaming the circumstances, so we are responsible fully, completely for our life. Whatever happens to us, it is our full responsibility. So we have many examples in life where people come from very, maybe a poor environment, and they can create something amazing out of their life. Or we have someone coming from a rich environment, but they have not succeeded in life at all. And that is a proof that the way we create our life is whatever happens internally. So we have to work on our internal state, develop this mental strength. And here I also want to bring you an example. You probably know Viktor Frankl. Viktor Frankl is a famous psychiatrist who has survived concentration camps during the Second World War. And he explained later how he survived and how he helped some other people to survive. So basically, the one must never become the slave to own emotions. And this is a part of the mental strength. Who is a slave to own emotions? So let's say something happens to you. And then again, I will speak from an example. I'm actually very happy to be able to be here today, because I was in Russia last month, and unexpectedly, I couldn't fly home as I planned. So what happened is that I was already at the airport, And it happened to be that my daughter didn't have the right passport and they didn't let us fly. So imagine I'm there at the airport with two small children with the bags, yeah, and they tell us, no, you cannot fly. So imagine how a person would react, yeah? Some people might start shouting at the officials and saying, no, you must let us in, yeah, or start blaming whoever, start becoming panicky, you know. And when it comes to mental strength, yeah, it is our ability now to stay clear in our mind, not to become slave to emotions, especially in circumstances like this, to be able to respond in a correct manner. Yeah. So and also understand that whatever happens to me in certain circumstances, then that is also like a test of how I can respond to it. Yeah. How well am I going to manage this kind of situation? So I stayed very calm. I understood. I accepted it. Yeah. I'm not flying now. There is no, it's not going to bring anything. And if I'm going to start shouting, if I'm going to start panicking, so I accepted it, and I accepted it with a thought that if it happens like this, this is supposed to happen. I cannot do anything. And that is this realization where if we don't have control of a certain situation, it will not bring anything if we throw things around and we try to control uncontrollable. It only eats us from within. It takes our energy, and it's not going to bring any results. Yeah. So in this kind of situation, and you might have had something similar, yeah, so that you just accept it and you do the best out of it. So I kept on being positive, and during this, while remaining so calm and mentally strong, yeah, I managed to rebook my flight 20 minutes before departure. I managed to book my new train tickets to go back to my father. I managed to get my kids, to get my bags, go out of the airport, go to the train station. There were positive, helpful people who helped me with the bags. I got to the train and everything just went absolutely perfectly. And I got home, and later I realized, wow, I actually got to spend extra 10 days with my dad, who I only see once a year. And I turned the minus into plus. And that is also a mental strength ability to always be able to take any negative, any minus, and turn it into plus and see the positive in it. And it was wonderful. It was really wonderful. And at the end, whoever helped us later to get the passport quickly, it was such a wonderful interaction with all these people. And yes, it was just amazing. Yes, so this, as you see, I bring you lots of practical examples because I think it's very important then to understand. And coming back to issue of coming back to Viktor Frankl, yeah, so obviously during concentration camp times, it was very difficult times, yeah, where people were basically mentally they were so how can I say it, put down, yeah, so that they lost any meaning of life. They only they basically became slaves to their emotions, yeah, to grief, to feeling of injustice, to feeling that they don't deserve it, to all these emotional negative feelings, that they lost any strength to live. Yeah. And those people, they have not survived. But Viktor Frankl and those who were able to separate themselves from the emotions, yeah, yes, that were difficult times. Those were terrible circumstances, but they did not become slaves to their emotions. Yeah, so they saw the light in the tunnel and they still felt free. So what is to feel free? Yeah, to feel this freedom is to be able to separate yourself from the emotions. Yeah, and if you are able to master this, then you are really mentally strong. When you realize, okay, whatever happens to me, yeah, so that is, I'm supposed to learn. So basically, see it in such a way that whatever happens, I'm supposed to learn from this event. I'm supposed to learn from this behavior from people towards me. And I'm supposed to become a better, a stronger person out of this event, whatever happens to me. And this is how Viktor Frankl survived in these difficult circumstances. Yeah. And now I want to tell you also more about the intellect training. This is the intellect training that I do with my students, being an intellect trainer. So intellect training has got nothing to do with that we learn mathematics or physics. Yeah, intellect training is basically where we train our mind to be positive, to be more aware, to be conscious, and it includes different exercises that we do. And already by doing these exercises, it strengthens our mentality in such a way that we become more successful in life, and that we realize that only we are responsible for our life, and that we realize that we can live much more joyfully and happily and create a positive reality, beautiful, abundant reality. And like I told you in the beginning, I would love to see all your faces if possible, because this is also a part of our intellect training, where we practice our smiles. So I'm observing now a wonderful man, Anand Aharia. I really, really want to see you smiling. I'm looking at Mary Elizabeth, and I can see her beautiful smile. Yes. And Yoshira, thank you so much. And Neelam, thank you so much for your smile. And Bhuvana, or Sunanda, of course. Yeah, and already, and Dr. Vidya, thank you so much. It's wonderful. See, when you smile, yeah, and you will realize it already changes the way you feel. And if you keep your smile for long, in fact, our children, they smile around 400 times a day. And can you believe it? We adults, we smile around 15, smile, laugh around 15, 20 on average. Yeah, of course, there can be more during some days. But we adults, we've just become so serious that we forget how to smile, how to laugh. And in fact, your state of joyfulness, yeah, it can be trained by smiling, by laughter. So basically, we're coming from the opposite. We don't smile because something good happened, but because we want to improve our mental strength, we want to increase our consciousness, yeah, our awareness. We first smile, and then we realize, wow, actually, I'm starting to feel much more positive. I'm starting to feel much better. And suddenly you realize that your vibrations are increasing, and I see how some of you already respond so positively. So you're picking up on my energy, and you feel like this is also like a mirror effects. Yeah, so we smile at each other, and you suddenly realize, and this is what happened to me even at the airport. I kept on smiling. I was positive. I was not fighting with the people there at the airport. And what happened after that, there were lots of people during the rest of the day who were helping me, because the universe responded in such a way, saying, okay, she has coped well, she stayed positive, she's smiling, so, and I will reward her with all the positive people who helped her. So that is why I would love, from today on, I really, really would love to tell you, smile much more. Yes, and I'm still looking at this wonderful, self-aware, handsome man, Anand Aharia, and I would love to see your smile if he can hear me. And yes, so smiling is also one of the practices that we practice in this intellect training. And this is one of the tools I can guarantee it will improve your mental strength, because it will eventually become a habit and you will face any challenges in life with a smile. Because smiling when everything is good is easy, but try to smile when there are challenges. Yes, and when there are challenges, then and you smile, you will notice that you will cope with this in a much more positive way. And then another tool that is very important is, of course, our thoughts. Yeah. So to develop the mental strength, we absolutely need to observe our thoughts. Yeah. And I want you all to later after our session or during our session now also to reflect and realize how many negative thoughts have you had during the day, and what kind of thoughts? Yeah, so was it more about people? Was it about events? Was it about past? Was it about the future? And if your thoughts, like for instance, if you can even observe your internal state, and I will tell you that if you feel that you have a depressive state, it means you live in the past. If you feel that you have anxiety, that means you live in the future. But if you feel at peace, yeah, that means you live in the present. And the smile is a tool that helps us to come to the present. And I want you to test it later. Test it and see. Once you start smiling, you actually forget about your problems from the past. You forget about whatever worries of the future. You bring yourself into the present moment. And this is the mindfulness. Yeah, this is the awareness of yourself now. We are too much in the past or in the future that we forget to live the present moment and to enjoy the present moment. And this is what I want you to practice. Yes, observe your thoughts. And when the negative thoughts come to your mind, yeah, so then don't get stuck in it. Don't start analyzing it, yeah, but just yes, see, for instance, now I remain
going to leave now.
Okay.
He just wanted to ask if I was going.
So, for instance, now unexpectedly, my youngest daughter was handed into me, yeah, but I stayed completely calm, and I understand that life happens how it's supposed to happen. So I would not get now, oh my word, but I have to present, and how can I have my child now with me? You know, you must always be light, easy. You know, life is such a wonderful thing. Just celebrate as it comes and enjoy every moment, and you can cope with anything. Yes. And coming now to the negative thoughts, and thank you so much for all your reactions. I see them all and I appreciate you. You are absolutely amazing, and I love your smiles. Yes. So what I would like to emphasize, don't get stuck on your negative thoughts. Don't analyze them. Yeah. Especially if it's something about people, or why did I say this? Who is gonna say what? But replace it rather with the gratitude. So to get your mind off the negative thoughts, start saying the gratitude for whatever you have in your life. We all have so much in your life already. The fact that we have legs and arms and health to whatever degree, so we just say gratitude for this. Yes. So another issue of getting the stronger mentally, is the positive self-talk. Regardless of who says what to you, that you're not capable of this or you're not doing this, always speak in a positive way to yourself. Do not blame yourself for anything. Do not be too strict on yourself. Do not criticize yourself. It is very, very important to actually wake up in the morning and to tell yourself, wow, you are such a sunshine. You are a leader. You are absolutely awesome. You are fantastic. You are so healthy. You are so positive. You are so cheerful and happy and abundant. And you are the light, and you are successful, and you can reach anything in your life that you desire. And you are already such a successful, you can even say multi-dollar billionaire. Keep on saying to yourself every day this positive qualities, even if some of them you don't believe. But as we say, tell a man 1,000 times that he is a pig and he will start to grunt, right? But tell a man 1,000 times that he is a leader, he is successful, he is a great person, he is so kind and loving, and so this person will become like this, and so this person are you. So if you keep on telling yourself you're self-confident, so you are fantastic and you are so kind, yes, so you will start developing all these qualities even more. And this is very, very important point in developing the strong mentality. So then another point is getting yourself out of comfort zone. So I mentioned this before, how many times I have gotten myself out of comfort zone, but you can do it in a small, it mustn't be that now you buy a ticket and you fly to Europe or something like this. It can be something small. For instance, in our intellect training, one of our exercises is cold shower. There is a specific way how we do it, but some people, and I was one of them, for whom the cold shower, cold bathing, it was something like, wow, I can never do that. I hate cold water. But every day to do it is coming out of comfort zone every day. And that strengthens your spirit. That strengthens your mentality. You become stronger mentally every day. Even my husband, up until now, he says, no, I'm not crazy to do it, but in actual fact, I just think he's too scared to do it, But if you choose for yourself something like this, okay, I'm going to do cold showers, or I will now, in the mornings, I will run for 15 minutes. Or I will tell myself not to eat chocolates now for a month or something like this. You commit yourself to something which is coming out of your comfort zone. And by doing this, you strengthen your mentality. Because if you're capable of having the cold shower every day, imagine you will be capable of many other things. where you thought mentally you were not strong enough before, but now you believe in yourself much more. You develop this belief in yourself, yeah? And so you can eventually achieve much more. So this is a training. This is your mental training. Yeah. So, and then another thing is getting the routine. Yeah. So that your day has got some sort of a routine. For instance, I'm waking up that time of the hour, let's say 5 o'clock in the morning, and I will have a glass of water. So a specific routine that you stick to it. If we have the routine, it also helps us to become mentally much stronger, because we kind of keep this order in our head. Yeah, so this is what I do, and you are more organized. And if you're more organized, you feel that you have managed throughout the day. You have less
I think it's her internet which is gone, right?
Yeah, she's having some network issue.
Is this scheduled for 1 hour or 1.5 hours?
Yes, it seems that I lost my connection on my laptop. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you are audible. Please go ahead.
Yes. So I joined now from my cell phone. See, even in this situation, it's important to remain calm. It's not that someone died or like, it's, you know that you will always find a solution. It's just take a deep breath, yeah, and the solution will come. And so I joined again, and we are gonna continue. You have lost me there for a minute, and I'm back. Yes, and so I was saying that the routine is very, very important, and then the last point I want to mention to improve your mental strength is, of course, the information poison. So we are currently in the world that we live. There is so much information, negative news that is spread around in the TV, in the radio, through the people. So you need to learn to protect yourself from this information poison. It's not that you have to know about all the news that's happening in the world, yeah? And if it's really important, someone else will tell you. But you must understand that whatever you watch is negative. It affects your mental strength. It affects your positivity. It affects your energy, because the brain is much more stupid than the stomach. If you eat something bad, you will throw up. But if you watch something negative, then your brain will continue on of analyzing it, to start thinking about it, even if you don't want. It's like if I tell you now, do not think about the green monkeys. Yeah? you will think of the green monkeys. And the same now, you watch something negative, and this news will absorb you, and you will start thinking about it, and it will affect you negatively. And to spare yourself this, you just make sure that you protect yourself from this kind of information poison. But it is also important not to be yourself this information poison source. So always, before you spread any negative news, always ask yourself, how is it going to enrich that other person, whatever I'm going to tell this person? Yeah, and it will also help you to stay mentally stronger yourself, because now you're being more conscious, more aware of what you're also talking about, and that will also help you to stay more positive yourself, because you are not going to engage into any negative talk yourself. Yeah, so I think those are let me just quickly put my daughter here. I think this is a second. Yeah, so I think those are the important points I wanted to convey to you today about the mental strength. And I'm open for any questions now. And yes, I know I want to see all your smiles. I'm going through all the participants to see that you're all smiling, because this is what helps you to develop your positive internal state, being aware. And yes, my daughter wants to participate. Yes, so please, whoever has got questions, be free to ask me now, and I will respond.
Yeah, fantabulous session. And yeah, we have thoroughly enjoyed how mentally strong you are. That we came to know today by holding a baby, 6 months baby. It was wonderful. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, friends. Jyoti ma'am, Dinakra sir, then Bona ma'am. Yeah.
As I said at the beginning of the session, you have a beautiful son. And your daughter is really, I think she's also future trainer, I can say. In future. Right.
Yes.
She's a future trainer. It's excellent. It's an excellent session and very simple. And what we do day-to-day activities. I think everything what you're talking actually touching our heart, and we know what mistakes we are doing in our regular life. Okay. Thank you very much for throwing your insight. Really, it's a wonderful session, very informative and useful session.
It's a big pleasure. It's a big pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Jyoti ma'am. Yes, sir. Please.
Thank you, Irina. Wonderful session. I'm traveling, therefore I couldn't listen clearly, properly. But your talk, whatever little I heard, is excellent. And on the top of it, your daughter's interventions are very good. And as somebody said, she is going to be a future motivational trainer in course of time. All the best to Irina. Very hope to again listen to you in course of time. Sunanda, I request you to again arrange for a session maybe next month or so. Okay?
Sure, sir.
Because I'm traveling, I couldn't clearly listen to everything. Okay? Thank you. I'm still in the car.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I think there was a question now, but now I see where do I find it. It was something about yes. It was a question, how can we be cheerful even in the face of negative news? We can't keep avoiding negative news. All right. Okay, let me answer this question. Okay, first of all, where do you find out negative news? Are you actively looking for news? For instance, I have a TV. However, I do not watch any news whatsoever. So the TV is usually if my daughter wants to watch some cartoons sometimes, or my husband wants to watch something on the TV, but we do not watch any news. Also, when I go on the internet, I do not watch any news. And or Facebook or anything, if something just pops out, yeah, the headline, and it is something negative, I ask myself, do I have control over it? Can I change whatever happened there? Yeah, maybe explosion somewhere, or there is a war between Russia and Ukraine at the moment. Yeah, can I change it? And then my answer is no. The second question, if I read it, will it cause negative emotion in me? If the answer is yes, yeah, then I will not even open it up. Yeah, because first of all, I cannot do anything about it. I cannot change it. And secondly, it creates negative emotions in me. So then I do not open it up, and it's not being ignorant. It is being taking care of myself, taking care of my mental health. And if something really is going to happen, that they will say in 10 minutes the explosion will be on your house and you must leave, I will somehow find out about it. Yeah, but going actively looking for some negative news, I will just recommend not to go look for it. By doing this, you will already notice the change in your internal state massively. And I would also recommend to do once a week completely information detox. Like really do not even open up anything on your cell phone. Complete information detox. And if people spread negative news around you, just really tell them, listen, today I have a detox from any information poison. I'm really sorry, but today I cannot even listen to you. I'm sorry, you can tell me tomorrow, tomorrow they will forget about it, but just protect your energy, because any negative thoughts, any negative emotions, they will then drain your energy. Yeah. Yes. So then how to deal in a situation where you are surrounded by people who hate, even can't avoid being in the environment. Did you mean hate you, or you're surrounded by people who hate you and you even can't avoid being in the environment? Yeah. Okay. People who hate you, yeah. Also remember, people very often will point out all the weaknesses in you. Yeah, that means sometimes it's difficult to accept it, but whoever treats you in a certain way, it is a question to yourself, how do you treat yourself? Yeah. So that also means that you must grow more self-esteem, you must love yourself more, you must love other people more, especially those who hate you. Who hate you, just wish them happiness. Just say, I wish you happiness, I wish you happiness, and keep on repeating it. Because those environment that you create yourself from your positive energy, it affects other people, and eventually they will change their attitude towards you. Yeah, so if you just don't get engaged by getting down to their level, by getting engaged into argument or whatever with these negative people. Yeah. Yes. So any other questions?
Yeah, Buna ma'am, you're in mute.
Hi, Irina. So well explained, and your suggestions are so practical and good.
Great, great.
Especially about when you said that, I mean, so much of negativity happening around us. if we let that affect us, why let it spoil our life, right?
Yeah.
We can still detach ourselves from all that's happening and manage to smile. I think
Yes.
that's the best piece of advice one can
Yes.
give to anyone here. Thank you so much. Lovely.
It's a big pleasure. And homework for everyone, please count your smiles. And I want you, okay, tonight is already late, but tomorrow, please count 2 hours of smiles and see how your internal state changes. 2 hours of smiling. This is what we learn in our intellect training. And yes, and then just see how you start feeling differently.
Yeah, Shiva Peri.
2 hours of it is going to be difficult. Just smile to yourself.
Yes, but you know what? To go to gym to train your muscles is also difficult. Yeah, and the same with mental strength. So that is a training. And yes, 2 hours. Please, everyone, do 2 hours, and you will see. You will notice huge difference. Yes, and suddenly your day will go so wonderfully.
Yes, Shiva, please go ahead.
Yes, yes.
I think we should practice that.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you so much. You were wonderful audience.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, sorry, I joined late. I was in another meeting, but I just came in the last part. I think it must have been a wonderful presentation. But I have a question that you said that when we had to avoid the negative news, but we are all interconnected. And when there is something happening in our society, we have to do something about it. Can we simply ignore it? For example, recently in WhatsApp group, there was a short video that in India, in some parts of India, this couple, pilot, the lady is a pilot and husband works in the airlines. They had a 10-year-old girl working domestic servant. She was abused and tortured by the... Now the neighbors came and attacked that couple.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at the child, you feel sad and you want to protect the child like them wherever they are. But when you look at the way that they handled the couple, that was also very unfairly treated.
Yes.
Now, as a citizen of the world, can I be, that's a negative news anyway. Can I be distant myself and say, this is going to affect my emotion, therefore I should keep quiet?
Yeah. Look, it definitely affected your emotion. You read about it, yes. So now you start thinking about it. You start thinking that was unfair. In the meantime, you were not a participant of all the situation. We must also understand that the universe, everything is it's maybe difficult to accept, but everything in the universe is designed in such a way that it is all correct and not to say correct, it's fair. Everyone deserves what they deserve. Yeah. So whatever happened to this girl, we must have compassion to what had happened, but there is a reason for it, why it happened. So maybe out of this experience, Caitlin, just give me a second. I will just answer this question and then I will finish. Out of this experience, she will take it out and she will maybe build later a foundation for all abused girls, for instance. You know, that was her life, her experience she had to go through. Yeah.
beating up this couple is coming down to the level of what this couple did. So basically, these people, what they did, they abused us other people. They took the justice in their hands, but which was also not supposed to happen. And yes, and basically getting into all of this, reading all this negative news affected your emotional state, whereas you cannot do anything. Just give me a second.
Okay. Sorry. Maybe we can close.
I hope you understood what I meant.
Yes.
I
Yes.
think
Thank you. Thank you.
She's
And
giving
you,
a signal. She's giving a warning that now you have to close the session.
yes.
Yes, but now when she joined, maybe she cried because she couldn't join anymore. Now that she joined, now she is happier.
Maybe she wants to answer my question.
Yes. Yes, but I hope you understood what I meant. Yeah, so yes, but for you as an outsider, reading all of this without having any control over the situation, but yet affecting your negative, your emotions negatively, you only okay. Yes, it only affects you internal.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yes, it's a big pleasure.
Simba, you have to close the session, right?
Yeah. Thank you. It was a fantabulous session. We thoroughly enjoyed. Thanks from the Deccan Positive Mental Health and in association with Innocent Counseling Center and Forest Creative Arts. Yeah, friends, we can meet next week, same time with another resource person. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Love to your
Thank
daughter.
you,
Irina. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
And love to your baby.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.